quite surprised to see you use the word aborigines talking about African Americans.
You know, I've dealt with that issue. I've already, talked publicly about that.
And my purpose here today is to say that I'm very sorry, and I apologize to anyone whose feelings were hurt by my comment.
I've made very, very clear I don't know where that comment comes from.
Well, from your subconscious.
Well, I guess. I mean, it's not even a normal thing anyone would say. Even if you meant something in a negative fashion, I don't know if you would pull that out. But for me personally,
you don't know where it comes from. Well, it's funny enough, when you open up a dictionary, I mean, you being a senator, you should know law. And you're being in Alabama, there we go, American. So now, Native America. Native means you're not indigenous, you're from somewhere else and you come to the land. And that's why I don't push that so-called black man and black woman are indigenous to America. That's crap when you read, comprehend. All right, originally applied to the aborigines. So American originally applied to the aborigines or colored races. Now comprehend that too. It says races, meaning more than one group of people who have melanated brown skin were here. So don't sit there and say it was all black people, blah, blah, blah. No, the people we call Native Americans were here too. That's why they put an S at the end, denoting there was more than one group of people here. And then you have the facial carvings in the rocks that would show there's more than one group of people here, but I digress. Let's see, found here by the Europeans. So the European, now calling themselves American, all right, is a misnomer. The copper-colored people that were here, right, these are your Americans. All right, now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. Why? Because they stole your identity. The name American must always exalt the pride of patriotism. Now think about that, right? You have the so-called black man and black woman, and I'll get into those words. That's what so-called is. Calling yourself black is one of the most dumb, retarded, fucked up things you do to yourselves on a day-to-day basis, and you take pride in it like some dumbass. When I point it out, you want to act like, oh, I'm offending you because I'm pointing out you're fucking ignorant. All right, grow the fuck up. Practice some Eastern religion. All right, get over your emotions. Get some discipline in your life. When you look at music, I noticed this after reading this definition. Country music denotes patriotism, right? Denotes, the pride, proud to be American, things, songs like written like that. Then on the other hand, you have black music, rap music, hip hop, and it's about degrading and tearing down and all this other shit. It's just not them. They don't even understand. They're burning the flag of their own, they're burning a representation, because that's not even their real flag. Well, it's a whole nother lesson. So yeah, he called them aborigines because he knows law, all right? He practices law. He's a senator. He has to know something about the people, the land, and the history, right? All right? So when he's saying aborigines, he's not calling them the indigenous, because they're not. The Afro man and woman were brought here from somewhere else, and I'll tell you, it's Asia. All right, but that's another part of history. You're gonna have, it's hidden. You gotta go looking for it, and when you find the answers, it's gonna blow your mind. I'll tell you how to start. Go to the oldest Kung Fu temple in China, right? The Shaolin temple. Look on the walls. Who in the hell are all those black people, or what you call black people, painted on the walls, right there next to the yellow man? And why is there no history of those people in China? Like somebody erased it and don't want you to know that you are in fact what the Nation of Islam taught us. You are Afro-Asiatic. You are in fact what Lex Will taught us when he started breaking down the Hebrew language, that you are Afro-Asiatic. And of course, you're going to go to etymology. If you can, get yourself an etymology book. Go get a good one, an old one. Like my father always taught me, the older the books, the better. because they wrote this stuff thinking they were speaking to the audience who understood what was going on during the time, never expecting it would come to the point that we're at now and fall into the hands of the readers that are here now. All right. So a lot of times they spoke with truth amongst themselves, right, about what they were describing. But the online etymology, it changes. I have screenshots from about 8 years ago where this was completely different. They actually gave you the time frame. Now you have to go down here to the root of the word, click on it, and they still don't give you the time frame. It used to tell you it was created in the 1700s, but it's Proto-Indo-European, meaning this is not what the people them call themselves, right? But they used to tell you it was created in the 17th century, meaning to shine, flash, burn, also shining, white. Yeah, so the origin of the word black, does any of this describe the melanated man and woman, the copper-colored people? I mean, I'm 38. I've never been sunburnt a day in my life, right? My melanin is my natural sunblock from the sunscreen from the sun. I don't have to put it on ever. I'm naturally built. It's built in, just like other things in nature. That's why we always think the albino creatures in nature are all inspiring. Makes albino deer, gator, you name it. To see the complete lack of melanin strikes you, So the lesser melanin is what it's showing here, right? So I'm just saying, we don't shine. We've never been burnt by the sun. We're not white. It just doesn't apply to us. And you got to go to the root. You just can't look at how people feel and how they describe it now. Open up history, right? And like I said, I'll see if I can post it. They used to tell you that it was created in the 1700s. So that that right there just told you, all right, well, this is when this word was created, period, black. So it's not an ancient word. So there were no black gods of Kemet or Egypt. There are no original black man and woman because the word is not original. Okay? These are made up terms. So then you got to go back to what did our ancestors call yourselves in that copper color. What is the color of copper? Comes in all different shades of mahogany, if you really want to get down to it.